Hey, you guys, Charlie Kirk's death was devastating, but I cannot help but sense that there's something much deeper happening. As heartbreaking and sad as it is, and it impacted me and my family, this moment also carries with it an incredible spirit of hope and peace. Let me explain. Take a look at Hebrews 2:14. Since the children have flesh and blood, he too shared in their humanity. Now, why would God do that? How about John 1:14? It says, "The word became flesh and made his dwelling among us." But why? Philippians 2 reminds us Jesus humbled himself to take on humanity, even to the point of death on a cross. I ask you again, why would God do that? I once heard a man share this story about how he used to live near a cancer center. And his story puts the gospel in such simple terms that when you hear it, it helps you answer that question. And you're like, I get it. I understand why God would do that. That man said that there were so many cancer patients, and many of them could not afford a hotel. So they would stay with him. And he told the story of how many of the children had cancer as well, and they would have to shave their heads. And when the day came when they had to shave their heads, mom and dad, and sometimes siblings, would shave their heads too. Why would they do that? Simply to say, we're with you. You're not alone. The child felt calmer, stronger, and more hopeful. Because solidarity, togetherness, brings comfort. And that's exactly what God did. He saw that his children are flesh and blood. And so he took on flesh and blood. The creator of the universe stepped into our humanity, into our pain to show us, I'm with you. You're not alone. We're all walking through our own struggles, right? Maybe you're facing a disease that's draining you physically and emotionally. Maybe you're not speaking to a loved one. Maybe you lost a job. Or maybe you're being weighed down by this financial burden that just doesn't seem to go away. Whatever the case may be, you're not alone. Charlie Kirk's death was devastating, but it reminds me of that same solidarity. Just as parents shave their heads for their suffering child, Jesus became flesh for us and our suffering. And as painful as Charlie's death is, God can still use it to bring us comfort in our grief. When another believer suffers or dies, it makes the reality of pain and also the reality of hope feel so much closer to our own skin. It's like a child who's standing at the foot of a tree, unable to reach the fruit high above. And then a mighty wind comes, shaking the tree until the fruit falls within reach. With Charlie's death, God sent a mighty wind to shake the tree so hard, dropping his hope and his strength into the hands of those who have never tasted it before. And that wind is so powerful that it will scatter seed across the world, seeds that will grow into new Charlie Kirks rising up, flooding the world with faith and courage. And just like Jesus said in Matthew 24:14, this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. The sacrifice of Jesus happened 2,000 years ago. But Charlie's life and death echo that same story of solidarity, of togetherness today. And through it, God whispers to you, and he says, you're not alone, my child. Stand firm. Keep going, because we're in this together.